What up, peeps? It's your boy, Mr. Trend, and welcome back to another 10-minute review. And we're going to be going over a game called Summer in Mara by developer Chibig, who has made the only other game I've been able to find that they made is a game called Dieland, which is pretty much the same as Summer in Mara. So if you're interested in the developer, go check out that game as well. And as always, there'll be links to this game and Dieland both down in the description below, so make sure y'all check that out. And let me start off by saying I am no expert. I only got about 5 hours of playtime in on this game. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys my quick review of this game. Is actually slated to come out today, which is the 16th of June 2020. So make sure y'all go check it out. Again, link down below. Summer in Mara is a fun and whimsical game that focuses on a little girl named Koa. Single player only game that has some pretty interesting cutscenes. As you guys could see before I started talking, I actually wanted to throw that cutscene in. That was actually like an hour into the game where you get to see that part, but I wanted to throw that in the beginning just kind of show you guys. There's a lot of really fun aspects to the game, like the farming, the crafting, and exploring, but in no way is it a game that's never been done before. This definitely feels like all the other games in this genre, of this style, of this type. But it's still fun. There's nothing wrong with it. The whole task in the game, or the whole goal, is for you to take care of an island by harvesting crops, fishing, exploring on your boat, gathering, building structures that are already like predetermined. And one thing I gotta point out real quick is that I was pretty confused because I feel like she's supposed to be a little girl, but then you're a little girl who's left on the island all by yourself to do all of these tasks, driving a boat around the open ocean and all that stuff on your own. Just kind of thought that was kind of weird. One of the things I really did like though was being able to get on the boat and sailing from your island to the island called Quilis, which is where the main town hub is, which is where most of the NPCs are, where you pick up all your quests and do a couple other exploring missions and stuff. It was pretty fun. Now I believe that further down the line you can unlock other islands, but as far as I got, 5 hours in, you were only able to do the one island. But again, you do unlock additional islands, you unlock animals for your farm, you unlock crops to be able to put down. There's numerous different types of crops, numerous different types of trees. There's plenty of NPCs for you to talk to get quests and exploring to do within the world of Mara. And you're supposed to stop this evil corporation from taking over the world. Don't really exactly remember the name of that evil corporation. The day and night cycle in the game is pretty cool because there's crops that can only be grown during the day or grow during the day. There's crops that can be planted or grown during the nighttime. You have to wait for rain to fill up the well in order for you to be able to water your plants. You need to wait for water to be able to do other things. There's a lot of stuff that plays into each other, so it's pretty cool. The last thing I really want to hit on before we get into the pros and cons of the game is the soundtrack. I really enjoy the soundtrack. I just really wish they threw in more songs because I believe, if I remember correctly, there's only like 2 songs that play throughout the whole game, and the songs are awesome. They set a really good ambiance to the game, But when the songs aren't playing, there is nothing else that plays except for your character running around. So all you hear is footsteps, maybe rain if it's raining or something, but you literally hear nothing when the music's not playing. It's pretty odd. Alright, so jumping into the pros of the game. First thing is there's lots of quests to run. As far as I understand, there are 300 or more, which gives you plenty of stuff to do throughout the world. The next thing kind of ties into the rest of the stuff would be how many NPCs there are. I think there's 30 plus NPCs in the world, which again gives you all those different quests there. Then number 3 on our list would be the amount of islands. So there are 20 islands or 22 islands. I can't remember the exact number, but that's a lot of islands for a game like this where it's single player. If you be able to travel around, explore on your own and stuff, to be able to pick up missions, do your exploring, and all that type of fun stuff. Then the last thing I would like to talk about is the exploring itself is pretty fun. I do really enjoy the world of Mara. And then another thing I really personally like in games is I like to collect everything in games. I'm an item hunter. I like to try to 100% games and everything. And then there's backpacks in this game that I still haven't figured out or seen how you actually collect them. But there is a way to collect different types of backpacks in the game doing certain things, I'm assuming. So that is something I'm definitely going to explore in the future. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and jump into the cons of the game. And this is just me kind of just being nitpicky. And the first thing I guess I could point out would be there's a bug in the game where every now and then I'll be moving a certain direction and it will just stop. It'll just act like I hit like a brick wall or something no matter which direction it was. It wasn't that often, but it was often enough for me to notice it, and that was kind of annoying. Alright, so number 2 would be the customize your own island. Again, this is just me being nitpicky, but that is something that's in the description of the game is you can customize your own island, but you can't. You literally are just doing predetermined buildings. So you farm a bunch of resources, go gather a bunch of resources, and then you just go to a building and then you have to click on it and then you put the resources in and then you build it where it lies. There is no actually like placing your own buildings. Now I could be wrong. Again, I only got 5 hours into the game. So maybe further down the road, you might be able to put down your own buildings wherever you want to. But from what I experienced, that is not the case. And again, the last thing we're going to talk about is the long periods with no music. Nitpicking. That's all I'm doing. The game is great. I really did enjoy it, but the fact that there are long periods where you have no music and literally the only thing that you hear is you picking up an item, putting down an item, or your character's footsteps, it's kind of odd. It really kind of throws off the ambiance. It throws you off of being immersed into the game. So kind of just wish they would just let the music play long term, maybe a little bit longer or just more frequently. I don't really know how they would fix that, but that was just my own personal preference. So overall, this is definitely a game I would enjoy playing further. I am really big into the survival crafting, building genres. I don't usually play single player games, but this is definitely a game I could see me leaving installed on my PC and being able to play every now and then when I don't really got nothing else to do. Just jumping on, throwing a couple hours, maybe an hour or so into the game, and then being able to log off and then be able to come back into it some other time. Not really having to worry about getting lost and where I left off at in the game. So I would definitely recommend, if this is the style of game or a type of game that you like, I would definitely pick this game up.